Okay. One sec, chat. One sec. Yeah, bear with me, chat. Bear with me, chat. I'm on a different mic right now. It's not gonna be sounding good. Let me get my other mic on. Fucking hell, chat's active today, bro. Here we go. Mic check, mic check, mic check. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There we go. You guys hear me now? Should be way better. It should be way, way better. One's in the chat, dubs in the chat. Let me know if you guys can hear me. All that good stuff. The Trump said his bag. 11111111111. Chat is active. Boys, on God, what the fuck is going on? Right, so first things first. All right, guys, major crypto damage control. As you can see, I had to bring out the old school bull market hat from the days we was catching some crazy trades. And as somebody who has lost it all, who has made it all back, and finally on this dip has not been affected, I wanted to give you some actual practical advice, as well as break down the entire crypto market, not just Bitcoin and altcoins, but also meme coins as well, because that's what most people have traded. I've been watching some other videos on YouTube, okay, not to take it away from anybody else, but most of these, YouTubers, especially ones that are really successful, they're just preaching Bitcoin, 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 and telling you about Bitcoin dominance and, basically gloating at the fact that there is all in Bitcoin. But I understand that that is not the same thing that is possible for you guys, because people want to make money, they want to become successful, and it's hard to do that just buying Bitcoin without taking 4 cycles. So I know that most people are absolutely wrecked right now, secretly. And I want to give you pure advice, honest advice on how you can turn that around, but also go over the entire market. So let's start off with the market as a whole. Okay, we'll go ahead and we'll start off with good old Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin, the main reason why Bitcoin is collapsing is actually because of the S&P and the stock market. If you go on TradingView right here, you'll see that the S&P is actually down 2.7%. And all of this actually happened on a Friday. So we have to wait until Monday to see how the market actually recovers from this. But you can see, look at this candle. This is probably one of the largest moves on a market that you'll see, and it's probably going to continue. I will be honest, like the crypto market might bounce back, it might reverse, whatever, but this probably will continue a little bit for the S&P. Now, we have seen it previously where we've seen these sharp candles, another sharp candle, and then we fill the gap. So maybe we open, I don't know, somewhere down here. I'm not a stock market guru, but maybe we open down here and then we recover. But and now the reason for this is Trump's tariffs. I'll go over the actual tweet in a minute. But I just wanted to show you some general charts because the charts are the most important. I'll be honest, all the other news about Trump and what he's saying, etc., it's irrelevant. The chart will tell you how it feels about recovering from that more so than anything else. Now, if we look over here and we look at Bitcoin, you see Bitcoin in literally about a day or two. This is the 6th, this is the 11th, so about 4 days. We reversed from 126,000 down to about 112,000 and as lowest being 109. Now, depending on what exchanges you was on, this could have been way worse. I've heard stories about people being liquidated, to like 90,000 on Bitcoin. Some people a little bit higher than 90,000 on Bitcoin. And that's the reason why I say that everybody should be using Blowfin. You find a link for that in the description. It's actually the only exchange that didn't crash. So if you was using Binance, for example, Binance crashed. They didn't allow you to withdraw any money during those stages, and you was forced to be liquidated. Now, if you was using Blowfin, you wouldn't have had that same issue. You'd be able to manage your positions however you wanted to manage them. Now, what is next for Bitcoin? Well, in my opinion, we haven't broken the trend yet, and the trend is always your friend. This isn't a trend reversal yet, so it's not quite a bear market. Right now, it's currently just a liquidation cascade, and that just shows you how much leverage is in the markets. Because, like I always say, guys, no matter what most people say, most people ain't holding Bitcoin. They're not really in Bitcoin heavy, and that's because not many people are multimillionaires, right? So I understand that most people are just trading with leverage, trying to run up a bag. That tends to be how it is in these markets. Now, as you can see, every time we have reached the high end of this RSI, we've also had high volume, we've rolled over, but we have always recovered. You can see it over here in this stage over here. We rolled over and then we recovered. In fact, you can see in earlier stages as well, we're really high on the RSI. Okay, we have this little liquidation, roll over, and we've recovered. Now, I don't think this is as bad as what we'll see in March and April. If you guys were around, I was still live streaming in this stage. I was the only YouTuber to not leave you guys during this stage as well. We stuck it out and grinded all through March. And as you can see, during March, that was actually the bottom, March, April, and then we recovered very, very, very well. So I don't think that we've changed this trend. And until we have broken this 100,000, basically 111,000 mark, maybe you could say 107, I wouldn't consider this a trend change. You can still see the trend is holding pretty well. You could even mark it up like something like this and say that we have changed here. But for me personally, I don't think that we've changed overall in terms of the trend at the moment. If it changes and yeah, we get a close below 109, 107, we could see 95. And obviously a break of 95, that's just a straight up bear market. After 95, next place is in the 60s, 65, something like this. It will take a nice long time for us to get down there. So we don't want to be down there. What we want to see is we want to see a close here. Now, position wise, I would not be opening any positions. I would not be buying the dip, as many people say, and I would not be trying to catch a knife. The reason is because today is a Saturday where I am. It might be a Friday where you are. And like I said, the stock market is closed. So any movements on altcoins, any movements across the board on Bitcoin, for example, is not going to be the truth of the move, okay? Because a lot of liquidity isn't in the markets right now. It's easy to manipulate. Same way we always say, right? It's easy to manipulate on a weekend. Now, this is an interesting one. This guy, Xi Jinping, predicted this dump, right? And he has 2 million views on this tweet. And it says here, Xi Jinping's post on October the 8th predicted buying cryptocurrency on the 10th of October amid an unexpected dip and selling on May the 11th, 2026. So he actually says that we should be buying this dip, okay, and we should be selling actually in May. So it makes sense, sell in May, walk away. You know, maybe you buy the dip for this bull run. On October the 10th, the market collapsed with over 6 billion in liquidations. It's actually more, it's about 20 billion. Mostly long positions triggered by Bitcoin's volatility, post all-time high in external UK tariffs, validating the fact the bid call on prices rebounds on 11th October, and the prediction has gained traction amongst traders with Xi Jinping's filled bids and posting a moment of silence image on 11th. And this is actually what he said. He posted a moment of silence for everybody. Okay. It's out of your hands. It deserves freedom from your mind too, right? This guy has gone for some spiritual approach. He said he was actually away meditating as a monk for 5 years. That's what he says. And that's what allowed him to channel his energy through the markets. And this guy is actually a well-known trader. So let me know what you guys think in the chat. You know, will this market last till May next year? Maybe, right? But the reason for all of this is actually the tariffs. Now, I wanted to find the actual tweet for you guys. I was actually going to make a meme coin from it when I was trading yesterday. I didn't think that the tariffs were that bad. Let me see if Trump actually tweeted it on his main page. I know he tweeted this huge tweet on his Truth Social. No, he hasn't actually. We'll put it. Let's get the actual. We'll find it right here. Now, one major thing is before this tweet was made, so before the tweet which I'm about to show you, before the tweet was made, 30 minutes before the tweet was made, right? This trader opened a $100 million long position, okay? And made $100 million short position, made over $100 million, okay? This guy is probably in the government and he's an absolutely fucking criminal, and his wallet should be banned. His wallet should be tracked. His wallet should be banned. This is like the levels of a hack. This is insider trading to the max. He's made $104 million on the demise of everybody else who has lost money because trading is a zero-sum game, meaning he's basically robbed the entire market and has made a pretty penny for it. He still has $5.9 million unrealized on Hyperliquid. Someone said, whatever Discord this guy's in, I'm trying to get in that Discord too. Facts, right? I'd love to have this alpha. Okay. Now, let's find the tweet. Okay, this is the tweet. Okay, it says, it has been learned that China has taken an extraordinarily aggressive position on trade, sending an extremely hostile letter to the world, stating that we are going to effectively 1st of November 2025 impose a large-scale export controls on virtually every product they make, and some not even made by them. This affects all countries without exception, and was obviously a plan devised by them years ago. It is absolutely unheard of in international trade and a moral disgrace in dealing with other nations. Based on the fact that China has taken an unprecedented position and speaking only for the USA and not other nations who were similarly threatened, starting the 1st of November, which is the reason why this dip was so volatile, because he's like, look, start the 1st of November, next month, okay, 2025, or sooner, depending on any further actions taken by China, the United States of America will impose a tariff of 100% on China, over and above any tariff we are currently already paying, right? Meaning double whatever you're already paying, we're going to put double on you, right? So basically, the tariffs are like tax. We're going to tax you like double the amount, right? Also on November 1st, we will impose export controls on any and all critical software as well. So they're hitting both AI and they're hitting the import-export side of things. And it is impossible to believe that China would have taken such an action, but they have, and the rest is history. Thank you for your attention to this matter, Mr. Donald Trump, President of America. Now, this is the reason why we're seeing the market absolutely collapse. Okay, at this time with this, I was trading meme coins. I was surprised nobody was making meme coins of this. I expected some BNB runners on this, but the devs are slacking. Okay, but the market seen this, it absolutely collapsed, and that's why we have seen the largest liquidation, and a lot of people have been severely affected by this tweet. Right. There is actually people who have lost over $60 million. I've seen that. There's a few traders on Hyperliquid. Actually have the tweet somewhere over here. It says, I counted 1,010 traders that are down over 100K today, 206 traders that are down over $1 million on Hyperliquid, 358 of those accounts lost everything and now have zero balance, including one person who lost all $19 million. Now, so say the guy down 59 million is pretty notable here, right? And he actually posted something on X earlier today. And let me see if I can find his tweet. I think his name is Blue Whale, which is actually quite sad, right? It's a deep tweet, but I think we all need to see it. The White Whale is his name, actually. And this is what he tweeted after being down 60 million. Please be gentle. Losing a good proportion initially as gains is personally devastating. It's not what I wanted to be remembered for, and it won't be. I've lost everything being liquidated before, but I've never traded through ETH flash crashing over $1,000 in a short amount of time before either. Going to get some time to comfort with my wife, take a deep break, allow myself 24 hours to give grief, and then figure out how to rebuild this. This is life. This life has beaten me down so many times. My journey has never been easy, but never forget, and ultimately always come out on top. This time will be no different. Much love to all you guys. We're going to recoup this, right? $60 million in loss. One of the best traders on Hyperliquid, and absolutely cooked. While another guy stole his money from the insider trading. That's what I mean. This trading thing is not for the weak, okay? Now, with that being said, okay, where do the markets look, right? Circling back to the charts, I don't think, right, I would say just over my five or 6 years full-time trading experience, I don't think that this looks that bad, okay? I really don't think this looks that bad. And we haven't changed the trend, okay? As I said earlier, the trend has not been changed, and the trend should always be your friend. And we look pretty good as structure. Like, if you just zoom out, I know a lot of people always say zoom out, but if you genuinely just zoom out, structure has not changed, okay? Unlike when we was going into previous cycles and previous bear markets, where you see that the structure actually changed. So let's say when we was in this, 2021, going into 2022, right, we was entering that bear market, you can see over here, trend changed. So we're in a nice upward trend, and then we break the trend line and we never come up again, right? So if we give some lines here, in this 2021 cycle, okay, with a nice upward sloping trend, and then we break that trend changes. Even if you was looking at the short-term trend, so even if you was looking at from the dip to the highs, we broke the trend, 50K, okay, and then we went down all the way down to 16K. Okay, we break the 50K all the way down. Even if you was looking at the macro trend, okay, we break the trend comes down. That's what these lines should be for. Like, drawing lines on your chart, they don't change anything. They're just there to give you a physical way of seeing things, right? You can see on the short-term time frame, they broke the trend went down. On the long-term time frame, broke the trend went down, right? Even when we went pretty much any cycle, right? This cycle, 13, 14, okay? Break the trend, we go to zero. Short-term time frame, we have a little trend, break the trend, we go to 0. So you have these two shorter time frame trend, macro time frame trend, break, 0, we repeat, go again, right? 2017-18, parabolic move, right? This was actually a parabolic blow off top, right? Same thing again. Trend, you break the trend, trend goes to 0. So like any chart, most charts, you know how we would say, oh, in a meme coin, right? We break the trend and then where we cash out. It's pretty much the same thing on a macro for Bitcoin, for example, right? Apart from you get diminishing returns. So it just keeps on happening over and over again. Okay. Now, again over here, like we said, from the COVID bottom to the top, 50K, you break 50K, we go as low as 15, right? So if we were doing a similar thing again, and if we were saying that this is the trend, we haven't broken it, okay? If you could say that this is the trend, right? If we were speculating, which is what we are, we're speculators, okay? And if you say that this is the trend, we haven't broken the trend. If you could even say that this was the smaller trend, we haven't broken the trend, right? So I would actually say, for my personal portfolio, that until we break these levels, this little green box here, you could draw it on your charts too. Until we break this down to 107, we haven't broken the trend. We do not go down, right? There are some people who draw charts, you know, and I've made this mistake in my past. And we'll go like, okay, well, you know, we'll come down to 95 and we'll bounce up, you know, or we'll come down to 80 and we'll bounce up. Guys, in my opinion, this is my opinion only, I don't think that we have enough time left for this, right? I don't think that we have enough time in the cycle for you to wash out down to 80K and magically come back up from 80K, you know, to Valhalla, or wash down to 95 and magically come back. I think, Austin, do you want to answer this? And magically come all the way back, okay? So with that being said, okay, how do we position, how do we action this? Well, we need to have a look at the altcoins, okay? Now, the major altcoins, okay, the top 5, as you would say, or more, maybe more, have all been wrecked, right? Ethereum looks shit, okay? Ethereum, if we're looking at Ethereum, I don't really know what to tell you, okay? Ethereum does not look good. ETH just doesn't look good, okay? It looks atrocious. It does not look good, okay? Now, you could argue in a bull case that, you know, this could be the support, 3,500. But for my personal portfolio, I just don't see myself bidding ETH, even in terms of the stablecoin narrative. I just don't see myself bidding ETH. But technically, maybe we could see 3,500 for ETH, okay? XRP maxis, it actually held up okay. XRP actually held up great. Everyone, obviously, we had the huge liquidation candle. That is insane. Wow. What a candle. Wow. 46%. A 46% candle on XRP. Jesus Christ. Wow. That is insane, right? 46% candle on ETH, yeah. Well, I mean XRP, yeah. But again, XRP, like now, doesn't look that bad. Like structurally, it's holding up. Would I bid XRP? Am I XRP maxi? No. Okay. Solana. Okay. Solana reversed from 235 and is dipped to about 170. We're actually holding up about 180, so it looks pretty good. We're holding above this 618 as well, right? So Solana actually doesn't look as bad as you would think. Actually looks pretty good. And I do think that Solana runs up to about 360 this cycle, which again, another 100 and 70% from here. So not too bad at all. And then BNB is always one of the strongest assets that we have. Did get a nice CZ Binance liquidation candle, about 30% dip to about 890. But again, we're chilling back at $1,000. So BNB looks very, very strong. If we're looking at some of the notable charts over this week, Pump reversed the entire move. This is what you call a Wintermute reversal. And is down from all-time highs, was down about 70%, now down about 56%. So I wouldn't be buying Pump at all. I'll probably be buying it if it comes all the way back down here. Yeah, or if it closes above here. This is why I don't want to trade any of these altcoin charts right now. Very, 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 very dangerous. Stable is the most unstable, tragic chart I've ever seen. Buying it now, yeah, great. Maybe you make a nice little bit of bread. But this is pathetic, right? And this is pathetic. This is why meme coins are better than altcoins. Stable crashed 82%, right? Not even from all-time high. It crashed 82% when it was already down 50%, right? From all-time high, Stable went down 90% from all-time high. And it was only a $200 million market cap there. That is shit. That is terrible. I apologize to anybody who took my personal opinion on looking at Stable. Shitcoin, terrible. And the founder should be absolutely disgraced in himself for ever allowing his market makers to do something like this after releasing your core product. That is atrocious and unbelievable, right? The only way is up now, right? So the only way is up now. So at least you can have some positivity. I'm still holding my bag. I have a bag from here. It's down what? Yeah, it's down bad. It's down 60% from where I last bought, which was the dip. Okay, so I understand. World Liberty Fi is worse. World Liberty Fi is down bad, right? World Liberty Fi from all-time high, down about 70% and was down about 88%. So that's why I said this dip is worse than the COVID collapse ever. This is bad, even for spot traders. This is bad, very bad. Yeah, not good. Okay, I don't know what to say about World Liberty 5. I don't think World Liberty 5 comes back. Acer actually a little bit more positive. So Acer actually looks pretty good here. We did reverse that back down to about 92 cents. But just looking at the chart here, you can see clear support. If we actually clear our previous drawings, you can see over here, clear support over here about $1.33. We're actually holding that level. Okay, so this actually looks pretty good. Bar the liquidation crime candles, looks pretty good now for the long term. Apex should have really held up. I know it was only spot. Apex is only spot markets pretty much, so it held up. It's down about 50% from all-time highs. Not too bad. Okay, XPL not good at all. XPL fully reversed the move from the all-time highs to the lows. That went down 86%, currently down 74% from all-time highs. Hyperliquid got a little crime candle. From all-time highs to the bottom of the crime candle is about 60%, but now only down 33%. So Hyperliquid holding pretty strong along with Acer as well. And then Launchcoin as well. I know a lot of people were heavy into Launchcoin. Launchcoin, for some reason, had a little crime wick down 75%. But it's showing around 38% from the recent high as well. So Launchcoin actually isn't that bad either. Now let's get onto the meme coins, okay? When we look at the meme coin space, for those of you guys trading the meme coins, you guys will know that BNB has been the main leader of the entire cycle, right? BNB has been the leader of, well, not the entire cycle, the recent cycle that we've had. And we've seen multiple $50 million, $100 million runners. The most volume that I've ever seen. I've been trading meme coins heavily since like what, the past 2 years, or maybe more. And yes, yeah, most volume that I've ever seen. Right, going over the majors for BNB, we have 4. We have this one. I don't even know what it's called. This Chinese one. It was from a Hey tweet. Obviously, we have BNB Holder as well, which was a major one. Palu as well. Pop was a good one as well. And then we had this one as well. Again, another Chinese random one. I'm not good with the names of these Chinese things because obviously I'm not Chinese. But if you look over here, you have four went from about 300 million. It's now sat at about 77 million. I don't think it's over for four, being that it is the main coin. But in terms of a trader, it's broke the trend, so I wouldn't really be interested in buying it. You know, if we're looking at the trend over here, I always say trend is your friend. Trend sideways up, then we have a macro higher lows, and then obviously we broke that structure here, and we probably won't hit these levels of 300 million again, in my personal opinion. Could be wrong, but if you're talking about how many charts have we seen like this and how many charts have reversed back, not many. So I don't think that this is going to be any different. So four, even though it looks good, it doesn't look the best. Okay. Now, next chart we have, I think this is CZ's wife. Okay. I actually think this might have just dropped today, but this looks like a bundle chart. We have Palu. Palu was an interesting one. Okay. So the narrative for Palu was that it's supposed to be getting listed on Binance because it is the first product of the new meme rush to be launched. Okay, so Palu was supposed to be one of those ones to get listed. I got in this thing at 9 million. I actually sold it at 30 million, and then we actually ran up to 151 million, which was insane. Just to go show you how high the volume is. Now we've gone sideways down only. So what I'll be looking for Palu is on the lower time frames to see some higher lows and to actually see some buyers come in, and maybe we actually see a listing. Not Palu, sorry, BNB holder. Maybe we actually list BNB holder. The only thing for BNB holder is he's not actually holding the BNB, he's holding an Ethereum. So I don't know how this thing went to 300 million because the guy is not even holding a BNB. The little nigga's holding an Ethereum. So I don't know how this went so high or who launched this. Now this is Palu, the one we were talking, which actually got the listings on Binance, and it got the listings on Aster as well. But since then it's gone down only. We're at about 25 million. You can see that this is actually what I'm looking for BNB Holden. I'm actually looking for something like this. We see some type of demand and some type of increase in volume. It's quite hard to spot when Binance is going to have these listings. They're very good at hiding them. But if we see something like this, chart flattens out, higher high, higher low, higher high, probably time to get in. That's what you call fuckeries. I call this the fuckery pan or Chinese Kabbalah. Right? Chinese Kabbalah entering the chat. Charts has been going down only, but now it wants to point smaller highs, lows. Okay, someone's buying, right? Rumors are flying. And as you can see, one candle from what? 3 mil to 100 mil. Okay, and then now we're back down to 25. So obviously I wouldn't be bidding the dip on any of these. Interesting one that we've seen is this new Chinese animal. Okay, I think this is called Michi-san. Or along the lines of that, let me translate this. Hakimi. Okay, so Hakimi is a Chinese cat. And it's been trending, obviously it's trending in the Chinese community. But this is the only chart that hasn't nuked in the recent news. In fact, it's gone up. So this is probably where the money is rotating to this Hakimi. And you can see it launched on October the 8th. So about 3 days ago, about 2 million. It's now sat at 53 million right now. So this will probably be the next chart to get listed. If we're talking about momentum charts. If you're talking about short-term trades with good risk to reward, probably enter about 45 million. Yes, you can enter at these levels because there's money going in. So you don't want to buy charts where like a Palu, for example, where all the money's going out. You want to buy the ones where the money's going in. So even though it's high, it's not going to be that high. Or even like a pop, for example, pop's gone up and then down only. Okay. Things like Hakimi, where it's still going up, probably good trades to be putting in. Okay, so with that being said, guys, the overall market looks pretty bad, but there are new memes. For example, like Hakimi, for example, like 8, for example, right? He's holding 8. This ran to 9 million. Currently, it's at 500k. Come from Pepe's also folded over as well. But yeah, with that being said, let's do a little bit of Q&A before we finish off the stream. So, what's chat saying? Not Palu. Yeah. BNB holder, I know. Meme caught up 10%. Pop's giving that chart. Yeah, I don't think Pop's got it. I like now we best to look for new memes. Got liquidated in Aster GG. Fucking A. How bad is it? How bad is it? We Gucci? Is everyone okay? How much have I made from profits in crypto? Total of a couple million. Jack Sparrow. Yeah, I got the Jack Sparrow hat on today. I had to bring out the bull market hat for a quick report. Guys, I don't think it's the bear market yet. Honestly, there are no... So let me show you. This is why, okay, and I'll show you here. This is why I don't think it's the bear market yet. Okay, if we look at the BTC chart, there has never been a time where there has been no indicators flash, bearish, and then we go into a bear market. Okay, now what indicators are we talking about? We're talking about the BTC bull market indicators. One of them being, if we go over here, the pi cycle top. Okay, in fact, I'll actually get up every bull market indicator for you guys over here. If you go on Google, type in bull market indicators. Here, you can see none of them have triggered. None of them have triggered. Maybe the golden ratio. Maybe you could say Bitcoin, like long-term holders being in profit, right? Not one has triggered a sell. It's literally 100% hold. There isn't even like a 20%, right? There's a zero sell indicators. Okay, so you can see over here pi cycle top. Even though we had a double top, it was a pi cycle top. You can even see down here, if we go to 2013, 2014, pi cycle top. And again, guys, you can see pi cycle top, and then we break the trend. Pi cycle top, and then we break the trend, okay? Again, 2017, pi cycle top, and then we break the trend. 2021, pi cycle top, okay? Even though we had a bounce, when we broke the trend, okay? We're not seeing no pi cycle top indicators yet, so there is still time. Even if you lost it all, there is still time to make it back. Okay, and if you didn't lose that much, you're still in a great position. The game is not over yet. Don't lose your head in the third quarter. We're not even in, actually it's the fourth quarter, but don't lose your head when the game's not over yet. Okay, you can still win. You just have to turn up every single day, show up. You know, look how much money people made in the last 2 weeks, guys. If you look at GMGN and stuff like this, there are people who have made $1 million from nothing in just 2 weeks. Like, that's all it takes. Okay? So we always explain, like, money's not real, man. It don't take long to make it. It also don't take long to lose it. I want to get his take on it. Could mean that Binance is loading up supply while suppressing the chart for a spot listing. Maybe, bro. What do you mean? Check pop on GMGN and look at the top holder. Binance. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, yeah, if they're gonna do another round of listings, pop's probably up there for Binance Alpha for sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised to see Pop get listed. You know, do that little 2 million and then run. It's clean, isn't it? Oh, it's already on alpha. So yeah, but you can still get spot listed. Yeah, it's already on alpha. Spot is next. But the thing is, I'm sure it needs volume. I'm sure it needs volume to get spot. Silver's about to hit all-time high. Yeah, I know. It's because gold. Woke up to this. Bro, Jack, how are you, bro? Talk to me, Jack. How's things, bro? I survived because I didn't have no leverage positions open, but I was already getting cooked on B&B. So like, so I was kind of happy because what happens is normally when you make more money, you put more money in, and then when you really get cooked, you get major cooked. So yeah. Please tell me the best gas fee. Well, it's not gas fee days today. We're going over we're going over markets. Trenching today? No. I'm not trenching today, bro. I'll trench off stream, but I'm not trading today, bro. There's no point. CZ's a bad guy trying to be a good guy. I don't think he ever tried to be good. He's always been a bad guy. CZ's always been a bad guy, bro. Like, the guy literally went in jail, bro. He went in jail for financial crimes, bro. He's a bad guy, bro. And then he like nuked other companies. I'm sure he sold off like a bunch of supply of like some other coins like private coins he was in, and like nuked them at the worst times. Like, he's a bad guy, bro. Vamp every other coin from Binance to there. Like that's all the only method I'm doing now is obviously I'm using GMGN, which everybody should be using. Don't wait for another platform just to start implementing BNB because they're not going to implement as good as like guys, GMGN's been using BNB forever. So just use GMGN. You'll find a link in the description to use it. They've also added Chinese as well. So GMGM's just added a feature to translate symbols to Chinese. So if you want to do that, all you have to do, as you can see over here, go to customize and then you can change it. They've also added multi-wallet delayed trading as well on Solana. Now, if you go over here, click settings. Where do you find it over here? Customize. Translate Chinese on. That's what you have to click. Translate Chinese on. I also like to hide decimals as well for that other stuff. We'll leave that for another day. But now you can actually translate Chinese to English as well. And you can see over here, you go to BNB, and then now you can translate to English. Off, on. You can see the difference right here. You can see Hakimi, it's that nice 45 million. But yeah, look, if you go on BNB, you'll see the reason why I don't hold anything in this account right now is because I found out something quite interesting. So let's go on to, I think Hakimi is a little bit too old. But let's go on to, I want to see a major runner. Don't know if Binance Live's on there. It's going to be hard for me to even show any major runners. But basically, most major runners now are actually on this side. They're from Meme Rush. Now, I don't know how long this narrative's going to last. It's a shame fucking Meme Rush, like the market wanted to nuke because I could have milked this this method for all it's worth. It took me like a day to KYC. But over here, most things are going to be Binance Wallet verified. And then, for example, if you see Shamet running now, 10 minutes old, you can see there's another one right here on Binance exclusive. And all of these guys, their average holding in BNB is massive. Like these guys hold like 1,000 BNB. They literally hold like 1,000 BNB, which is insane. So these are the ones which I like to buy. I need to make my screen full screen so I can log in. 1 second. continue. Okay, there we go. It's gonna let me log in. Anyway, I'll trench later. But long story short, I will just be buying these charts because your risk to reward is way higher. So, for example, if this bonds, it bonds at 1 million, and then if it's anything half good, like it's actually bullish, it will dip from like 1 million to 800k, 700k, and then blast off to like multi-millions. So if you can get in at like 100k on here, even if it's like just 0.2 BNB, for example, the risk reward is ridiculous. It can go like $2, you make 2,000 that bonding, and then whatever, you can make like 20, 30,000, and then you just keep compounding that method. I've started to like size less on BNB as well. I don't care about having 1% supply, 2% supply, 4% supply of coins. I feel like that run is over. Sometimes you hit it, sometimes you don't. Like sometimes you're gonna, the new narrative will come around, the new wave. You buy 1% of all these coins, you hit the lick, you make a mil. Over times you lose 50k. Is what it is. You can make it back, right? That's kind of what happens. Same thing when Launchcoin first came. When Launchcoin first came out, you could have bought, I don't know, 1% supply KNet, 1% supply of Pasternak, Startup, fucking all. There's another one. There's another one I was in, some AI coin, but 1% supply of all the shitters, it works. Same thing with all the launchpad wars as well. When you was looking at all the Jub coins, they could have 1% supply Uranus, etc., etc. And then you make money, right? Or you lose 50k, right? So that kind of ends up being the case. So now this narrative is pretty much over. BNB is pretty much over. We'll still have majors, but that wave of like every day 20 mil, 50 mil, 100 mil, I think is pretty much done. And we just have to wait for a new narrative or a new wave, which will take like a month, Bro, mad delay on this stream. There's not mad delay on the stream, bro. There really isn't. I need to travel to Asia. I can't use Binance in the UK. Yeah, man, it's tough. I think you'll be able to use Trust Wallet soon. So I think Trust Wallet said you'll be able to use it soon. But even then, like I think this method might be done. I'll see how it goes, but this method might be done already, which is a fucking shame. Yeah, we'll see. But I know the method was working for like a day or two. But CZ footed it yesterday. He footed it on the stream. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, guys, for the stream wise, I'm gonna leave that there. That is your bear market update, right? It's not a bear market, right? Don't worry, you're gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be all right. There were no signals flashing in terms of BTC macro, the BTC macro. Meme coins will probably recover, but most memes will go to zero, so you have to wait for a new wave of them. Strong altcoins will survive, weak altcoins won't. Okay. And ultimately, guys, look, if you are somebody which has been liquidated, if you're somebody which has lost money, this is the worst time to quit because there's still time left. It's like being down in the fourth quarter. You can either go and cry, give up, or you can keep going, right? You never know, you might just win the game. Okay, it's like fourth round of a fight, you battered, you bruised, bloody. You can give up or you can go and give it your all. Okay, the choice is yours. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm going to drop this video as a YouTube video as well, probably later on today, so you can watch it back, or you can rewind the video as well if you want to catch up on anything. Make sure to go check out GMGN. If you are not trading right now, I would trade on GMGN. It's the best place to trade. You can find a link for it underneath this video. It's the top link. You find a link for GMGN right here, as well as Blowfin is the best place to trade. Every other leverage platform, including Binance, stopped you from trading. Mexi, as far as I know, shit. Everyone got liquidated, right? Binance, everyone got liquidated, right? Blowfin stayed open. You could deposit, you can withdraw, limit orders filled. It worked perfectly fine during this minor 10% correction. That's how it should be. And that's why I only trade on Blowfin. Move to Blowfin today. Click the link in the description and join. And as always, guys, bye for now, bro. Peace.